Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare नाम संकीर्तन की जय। Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna. Everyone please clap. Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 हरि बोल हरि बोल।
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की, श्रीनाथ जी श्री गोपाल की, श्री निताई गौर सुंदर भगवान की, जगत गुरु शिल रूपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
नाम संकीर्तन की जय।
Aditi, you can take the mics now. Hare Krishna. So, very hearty welcome to everyone for this month's Chetana Festival. So, the topic for today's Chetana is I am every woman, it's all in me. So, I was just discussing with Mataji that Mataji क्या बोलने वाले हैं आप, तो क्या मतलब है इस टॉपिक का. So, she was explaining me very nicely that how with changing times, the role of women in the society has changed a lot. Like previously we used to have our key responsibilities in our home, but now we see women are, taking multiple responsibilities. So in a short discussion, we were discussing how can we manage all of our roles in today's time. So we have our drama team presenting a dance cum drama today. They are having a discussion how do they manage their life along with their regular material responsibilities and with the help of practicing spirituality. So we'll request drama team to take the stage.
हे हाय
हेलो, क्या कर रही है?
अरे कुछ नहीं रे, ये अपने मंथली डेडलाइंस कंप्लीट कर रही हो. और ओह एक बता कि अभी हमारे इंक्रीमेंट्स हुए, अभी हमारा प्रमोशन हुआ है, तो मतलब तूने उसके लिए तैयारी कैसे की? हमारा तो हुआ नहीं, तू ही बता दे तेरा हुआ है तो।
वही तो, तू हमेशा टेम्पल जाती है, मंदिरों में रहती है, कैसे मैनेज करती है?
तो तुम लोगों को क्या लगता है जो लोग स्पिरिचुअल होते हैं वो क्या एम्बिशियस नहीं होते? अरे मैं तो अपने पीजी में गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट रह चुकी हूँ। ओ यार ऐसा मतलब नहीं था हमारा। मैं तो ये पूछ रही थी तुझे कि मतलब इतने हेक्टिक शेड्यूल में से तू ये सब करने के लिए टाइम कैसे निकालती है? हमारे तो वर्किंग ही 9 आवर्स होते हैं। देयर इज नो टाइम फॉर दिस ऑल।
अरे तुम्हें पता है, जब से मैं स्पिरिचुअलिटी में आई हूँ मेरा रूटीन कम्प्लीटली चेंज हुआ है। सुबह 5 o'clock उठती हूँ, चैंटिंग करती हूँ, योगा भी करती हूँ और पढ़ने के लिए भी काफ़ी अच्छा खासा वक्त मिल जाता है मुझे। अच्छा चलो मुझे तुम लोग बताओ कि तुम लोग मोबाइल कितना इस्तेमाल करते हो?
यही कुछ घंटे होते होंगे, कभी ध्यान नहीं दिया हमने।
फिर भी कितने घंटे अप्रॉक्स?
400-500 घंटे होते ही होंगे शायद।
हाँ,
पता है अभी एक रिसेंट सर्वे में मैंने पढ़ा था, अकॉर्डिंग टू स्टैटिस्टिक्स हम दिन में 7 से 8 घंटे मोबाइल का इस्तेमाल करते।
अच्छा, पर तू भी तो मोबाइल यूज़ करती होगी ना, इंस्टा स्क्रॉल करती होगी, तो तुझे कैसे पता चलता है?
हाँ हाँ करती तो हूँ, बट रिस्ट्रिक्शन के साथ। ये जो डिस्ट्रैक्शन मैनेजमेंट बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है। जब भी हम इंटरनेट यूज़ करते हैं या कोई भी ऐप स्क्रॉल करते हैं, टाइम लिमिटेशन सेट करो, अपने आप ही सब चीज़ों के लिए वक्त मिल जाएगा तुम्हें।
अच्छा ओके, तो एक बात बता, और एक बात। अभी हमारा लास्ट टाइम इंक्रीमेंट्स हुआ था, उसमें तेरा भी नहीं हुआ। और उस टाइम तू सैड दुखी नहीं थी।
हाँ।
बट इस टाइम अब तेरा इंक्रीमेंट हो गया है तो तू एक्साइटेड भी नहीं लग रही है। एग्जैक्टली चल क्या रहा है तेरा?
उसकी भी एक वजह है। भगवान कृष्ण कहते हैं भगवत गीता में दैट वी शुड बी टॉलरेंट इन ऑल द सिचुएशन, वेदर इट्स हैप्पीनेस और डिस्ट्रेस।
ओके,
टॉलरेट हैप्पीनेस एंड डिस्ट्रेस। डिस्ट्रेस का तो समझ में आया, बट हैप्पीनेस को क्यों टॉलरेट करना?
अरे क्योंकि जो इंसान खुशी में अत्यंत खुश होता है ना, वो दुख को भी सह नहीं पाता। इसीलिए हमें दुख में और सुख में दोनों में ही न्यूट्रल रहना चाहिए।
ओह वही लगता है हमें भी स्पिरिचुअलिटी प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी अब।
हाँ हाँ क्यों नहीं, देखो मैंने तो दोनों ट्राई किया है, मटेरियल लाइफ भी और स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ भी, और दोनों को मेंटेन करना बहुत ही ईजी है, इतना कुछ भी डिफिकल्ट नहीं है। सो व्हाई डोंट यू ट्राई, जस्ट ऐड स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिसेस टू योर लाइफ एंड सी द मिरेकल्स एंड चेंजेस दैट कम टू योर वे।
श्योर विल गिव इट अ ट्राई देन, है ना?
डेफिनेटली। बाय द वे, लास्ट टाइम तेरा डांस देखा था टेम्पल में, बहुत अच्छा किया था।
चलो चलो मैं तुम्हें एक डांस दिखाती हूँ, कल का ही वीडियो है, आ जाओ मेरे साथ।
So, thank you, drama team. So, we'll be moving now to a lecture. So, I'd like to request Her Grace Priyasakhi Mataji to kindly take the seat. So, Mataji has been a practicing permaculturist. So, uh, when I heard this word permaculturist, so I was wondering kya hai, kaun sa degree hai. So then I went deep into it, and then I understood that she is someone who is designing sustainable landscapes, which is, in today's world, jab green ecology की इतनी बात हो रही है, तो she is the one who takes care of the sustainable landscape. उसके अलावा माता जी हैज़ बीन हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट फॉर रूरल एजुकेशन एट गोवर्धन इको विलेज विच वेरी सून वी विल बी विजिटिंग एज आर IOS चेतना पिकनिक. सो शी हैज़ बीन हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट देयर. Govardhan Skills Center, which is now renamed there. Mataji is also a spiritual counselor here in Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Temple since 2005. She has been counseling young girls like us for almost 2 decades now. So I'll really request Mataji to guide us through her wisdom in today's lecture.
So we'll begin with our prayers today. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunath Tham Sachin Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shradha Kanta Namostate. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So it is wonderful to see such bright faces here today on a Sunday evening, on a weekend. All of you could have been somewhere else, but you all chose to come here. So before I start my class, you have a mic, extra mic? Yeah, I just wanted to get some responses from you. You must have seen this topic down, and now you are also told topic for today is I am every woman, it's all in me. So I wanted to know what was your first response, How did you resonate with that? Just a few people can share what was the response.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Mataji, with the topic, we understand that all the roles that a woman play, like my mother, she is a housemaker, she is also supporting my father, she looks after everything that is happening in the house, but whatever we need, she is also doing her own things. So she is like a lot of people in one person, a lot of personality in one. Like
Great.
that.
Very nice answer. Any other? Yeah, just pass the mic.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So as soon as I read this, it felt like so much powerful. Like as women, we have so much power than what we have been shown and all. So this is like this. I think this lecture will show us our true power. This is what I felt.
Very nice. Anybody else wants to share?
Just pass on the mic.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I don't know, this is my first time I came to Chetna, and what I feel is currently I'm reading the book The Palace of Illusion, and there I got to know that Draupadi was also the roop of Krishna only. She was also dark, she was also complex, but Krishna has told her that you are my just like a sister who has now we all are Gen Zs, so we says na sister from another mother, something like that quote is there. So I feel ki we all are roop of Krishnas. If he is opposite version of us, so we should take power from him and we should use our 9 avatars very well, and whenever we want we should bring that avatar out of us. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your responses. So, when I was asked to speak for Chetna and I was thinking of some topic, I don't know, somehow this song came into my mind, This song is from the 1970s in the US. So, the beginning line of this song is, I'm every woman, it's all in me. So, and then this got stuck in me, I couldn't think of anything else. Maybe this topic would have been a good topic for next month on the 8th of March, which is the International Women's Day. But somehow once this song stuck in my mind, I couldn't think of any other topic, and I said, okay, I'll talk on this. So, I was curious to know what your responses is. I don't know how many of you have heard this song. It was a blockbuster song. So I've just taken the title from that song. The song is something else, the pop culture and all. It's a romantic song also. So I was, when I was thinking I've taken the title from a song, but how do I connect it with a topic for today? So when you hear this title, I was actually waiting for somebody to say that, it's all me and mine, I am every woman, it's all in me. Sometimes it gives a very negative connotation of something being conceited or arrogant, I am this, I am that. Usually we don't speak like that, right? As devotees, we want to be humble. So that is on the surface. But if you dig deeper, like I was very happy to see here, all of you have actually gone to the gist of this line, which it actually represents. So it's actually, if you talk about this, remove the I and me and talk it in plural, it brings out the collective consciousness of womanhood. It doesn't mean me as me, okay? It brings about, like you shared that your mother, she does so many things, she's an embodiment of so many women, So that's exactly what this line means. So it's a collective consciousness of all the women who have come before us and all the women who will come after us. And it is not, this song was not just catchy lyrics and all and became a blockbuster of that time, but actually it went on to become an anthem for womanhood, you know, various women-centric movements which were going on, and even till today this line is like used as an anthem for women. So going from there, let's forget about that song now. Let's come to the topic for today. So what does it actually mean being a woman, you know? So women, being a woman, it's a power, like somebody said here, power. It's female power. And the universal experience of womanhood. So it's a very deep thing, you know, like sometimes we just use woman as a gender, but actually it goes much, much deeper than that to understand what it is to be a woman across times. So across times and culture, women have shared very many common aspirations and strengths, you know, and we all are a sum of those struggles and victories which women from the past had. So we are all a sum of that. And you will ask me, how is that? You know, how can I connect myself with the women who were there, you know, ages back, centuries back? So the sands of time have etched so many faces, names, you know, of women. Some of them became eternally very famous. And there are so many women who are unsung, you know, we don't know them. So many names, millions of women who have passed through so many generations. We don't know them, but we have a small spark of them in us, in so many things we do today, you know. Maybe a lullaby which your mother sang during when you were a baby. She doesn't know where she learnt it from. She thinks she learnt it from her mother, but her mother learnt it from her mother. Okay? Some recipe which is still going on in your kitchen, your mother is doing or your grandmother is doing. It has become, you know, fixed in your family. You don't know where it came from, you know, thousands of centuries maybe, or added to it and transformed it. And so many stories, you know, we learnt as children, our mother used to tell us. So these stories must have told centuries back by some mother. And it's continuing from mother to daughter, daughter to granddaughter. So we never know from where we are getting all this, you know, collective consciousness of universal motherhood. So it's a very, very heavy thing, you know. It's very humbling also to know that actually we represent so many generations of the women who have come before us. And also that we have a responsibility, because we will be transferring this to our coming generations. So I'm an educator also. So assignment for you, if you people don't have a family tree, please go back and try to build a family tree to see where your legacy, where can you reach out, you know, and know your parents, your grandparents, your forefathers. Many missing links, but if you look around, talk to your relatives, maybe you will be able to find something. Because we should always be connected to our legacy. We should know who our forefathers were. So it would be nice if some of you can really go and do this. So now, talking about womanhood. So in our Vedic culture, in our Vedic philosophy, we have this concept of Shakti, you know. And Shakti represents the divine feminine energy. So we all know this. We celebrate Navratri, we worship Durga. Radharani is the source of all energy. So Shakti is the force which actually creates, it maintains, sustains, and if there is a need, it can also destroy and it can transform something, you know. That is how you see, no, Ma Durga. She's always holding some weapon, some spear, and she's standing on some demon and she's destroying that demon. So, and in a very infinitesimal way, albeit a spark, we also have all these qualities of Shakti. of being a creator, of being a sustainer, of being a transformer. Okay? So, as a creator, a woman is a creator? Very easily you can say, because the first thing that comes to mind as a creator is you give birth to a baby. Okay? Which is actually a very, very important thing, which, a woman's body is so beautifully designed to be a mother. Okay? Going through pregnancy, going through labor, then nurturing the child. So it is a woman. I mean, I remember one study which was done on some men. They wanted to see how men would behave if they, because biologically it's not possible for men to become mothers or carry a baby, but they wanted to see how they perform. So they had tied a sandbag to their waist, and they said, now you do your daily work, let's see how you. So after a few hours, those men came back, put their hands up, they said, we can't do this, we are not used to. So, but imagine a woman carries a baby for 9 months. I mean, some of you, if you are mothers, so 9 months, so many changes take place. Now, what so many hormonal changes are there. Otherwise, also we have so many hormonal, extra hormones we have other than men. But during pregnancy, there's so many changes happening in the body, and are reaching the child, and so much nausea is there, and towards the end, it becomes so difficult to breathe when you're sleeping. So, but all this the woman carries, very happily, and she goes through the pain of childbirth also. And then Krishna, how he says in Bhagavad Gita, I am remembrance, forgetfulness and all. She very nicely forgets about all the pain the moment the bundle of joy comes in her hand, and then she goes on to become mother again after a few years. Okay, if she had remembered all that, she wouldn't want to be, go through all this again. So it's a beauty of a woman, she's a creator. But she's also a creator of so many things. She creates a home. She actually helps in creating communities, because women are very social, they cannot live isolated. They want to be with others. So community building. And so many ideas come from women, So she's a creator. She's also a nurturer. You can imagine she's not only nurturing her own baby, she's feeding with her own breast milk, later cooking for the whole family. She nurtures her own child, not only physically, but even the people around her in mind and spirit. So think of Jijabai, how she nurtured Shivba. Small child, father was away because he was a statesman. He used to be away for months together. Jijabai brought Shivba, and she nurtured him. She nurtured his spirit. She used to tell him so many wonderful stories of from our scriptures, and she used to encourage him. And Shivaji went on to become such a great, powerful person who fought against the Mughals and the people, and he established Swaraj. So imagine all this was because of Jijabai. She nurtured him through mind and spirit. And in the olden days also we see that in the ashrams, the children used to go to the ashram at a very young age. At the age of 5, they used to leave for the ashram. So in the ashram, the gurus, we have heard of so many ashrams, Vashishta Muni's ashram, Vishwamitra Muni's ashram, so many ashrams were there. So the sages, they used to be tough, because they wanted to make these boys very tough Kshatriyas, because they have to be rulers in the future. So teaching them various warfare, teaching them logic, teaching them scriptures, wanted them very strong. But the mothers in the ashram, the sage's wife and all the other people who used to stay in the ashram, they took care of, with their motherly instinct, they took care of these boys. Imagine 5-year-old boys, you can't just take them and do all these things. Unsung, I said unsung because we talk of ashram of munis, but actually there were mothers there who took care of these boys, these small boys who have come snatched from their mothers. They come here, and they used to give them, nourish them with their love. And not only what they were learning from the gurus, but they were also teaching them, connecting them with the softer aspects, with teaching them music, teaching them so many arts. So thing was that you can't just make people strong externally, you have to even make them soft internally. Because when these boys go out, become great rulers, they will become very hard-hearted. So it was these mothers who actually, these boys who later became kings, made them, that quality of being emotionally connected with them and their subjects. It was not for them. Maybe there will be so many Hitlers around, even in our Vedic times. And even if you study psychology, like Chanakya Pandit says, the first 5 years of life are very important. You have to give love. So if you study psychology, there is a theory by Erik Erikson, who divides a person's life into 8 phases of development. And out of those 8 phases, 3 phases are in the first 5 years. So you can imagine, even modern psychology recognizes that these first 5 years of life are so important, because that will determine how you react to things in the future, to people in the future, how your personality is shaped. So you can look it up. It's a very interesting concept actually, Erik Erikson's theory. But suffice to say that it's a mother mostly who, the first person who takes care of the child. Father is there obviously, but fathers have to be away for work or whatever. So mother is the first caregiver. And the bonding, the first thing is the trust what you have with the caregiver, that will actually shape your personality psychologically also. So a creator, a nurturer, and then we come to a transformer. Okay, I said the Shakti, the various qualities of Shakti. So a transformer, you can see that transformation is a very part of life, things need to be transformed sometimes, because some things need to be destroyed. Like I said, Durga, she's destroying. Sometimes things have to undergo a change. We can think of, in the medieval times, Savitribai Phule, how she changed. All of us here are like, today we take it so easily, education, we also go to college and all. But just 300 years back, 200 years back, not even 300 years back, just 150 years back, 100 years back, it was not so common for girls to go to school. Girls were not allowed education. And even the higher classes were allowed, and the lower classes were not allowed. There's so much distinction. So Savitribai Phule, she fought against all these things. I mean, we can't imagine what they had to go through. She had to undergo ostracization in society. They were like, she and her husband Mahatma Phule, they were ostracized from society. They were actually mistreated. So much they had to undergo. Why? Because she wanted that girls also should be educated. So whenever transformation takes place, it's sometimes necessary. So we see that all these qualities are there in us also, being a creator, nurturer, transformer, and even a sustainer, like we'll say what. So women have been a sustainer of culture and tradition. If you see, most of India is a big country, and there are so many cultures, in India, languages. And every family, every community, every society, every region has its own food habits, it has its own costume, it has its own art forms, folklores. So who are the ones who preserved all this? Men too, but women had a large part, because food was, something which they used to traditionally. So many of these things women have sustained and preserved and passed it on to the next generation. So I remember even when I used to go to my hometown in a small village in North Karnataka when I was a child, I remember so many new things I used to see, which I used to not see here. Like even when we make idlis, we used to use the jackfruit leaves, we used to weave it, use it as cups and steam idlis in that. And everything was different. The eating style, festivals were there which were celebrated, which we don't celebrate here because they're all regional, So that's how women have preserved culture, heritage over so many centuries. So now let's discuss about some Vedic and historical women so that we know how we connected with them. So women in the Vedic society, they were not like silent figures, like we feel that, maybe olden days women were not allowed to do so many things. But actually they were not very silent figures. They were women who were scholars, who were warriors, who were queens, who were philosophers, even in the Vedic times. So you must have heard of Arundhati and Gargi, Maitri. So these were all women in the Vedic times who were not only philosophers, but they were spiritual leaders. And Gargi especially, she used to have debates with great scholars and sages also. So you can see that women were deeply engaged in intellectual pursuits even then. Okay, actually in between things collapsed, but in the Vedic times, women also were given a lot of, wherever study of scriptures and all was there. Then we see Draupadi. Draupadi was a queen, but she is a mixture of so many things. She was also a sort of a diplomat, you can say, because her husbands always used to take her opinions, because she was very wise. They always used to take, she had 5 husbands. I mean, imagine to take care of 5 husbands, it's so difficult. 1 husband, it's so difficult. So 5 people, and all of them with different temperaments and different strengths. So imagine how difficult it must have been for her, but she did it so beautifully that even once when Krishna came with Satyabhama, so Satyabhama was asking Draupadi that how do you do all this, managing 5 men and keeping them happy. So a lot of things she shared, Draupadi, how she does it. So when we talk about Draupadi, many people feel that, the war of Kurukshetra was fought because of her. She is the cause of the war. But actually speaking, this war was fought not because she wanted to revenge her insult which was done in the Kuru Sabha, the Vastraharan. It was because she wanted justice for all the women who would come in future. Because being an empress, being a queen, if she had to face all these things, being unrobed, disrobed in a sabha, people, common men follow, whatever the great men do, the common men follow. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says. So then this will become a very normal thing. Women will be treated in this way. Worse than this. So she had to take a stand that this is not allowed. So it was not about her insult. That's what the myth is, that she was so proud of herself that she waged a whole war because of her insult. It's not that. She was so compassionate. She was a very compassionate person. We see that, even when Jayadratha kidnapped her and the Pandavas wanted to kill him, she said, no, don't kill him. Just disfigure his and leave him. Even Ashwathama, Krishna wanted to kill Ashwathama because he had killed her 5 sons. Imagine a woman having 5 sons and all 5 sons were killed. Not even in a war. If they were killed in a war, that was a different thing. They were killed when they were sleeping, they were beheaded. And what did Draupadi say? I don't want Ashwathama's mother to go through what I am going through now. He is her only son and I don't want him to be killed, because she is so compassionate. such a great lady. I feel she had all the qualities. She was beautiful. Yet she was fiery. She was intelligent. She was wise. She was compassionate. So many qualities we see in Draupadi. Then later in the medieval times, we have queens and warriors. Rani Lakshmi Bai we speak of. I mean, what do you say? What is that thing they say? Mardani, ये तो झांसी की रानी है. खूब लड़ी, मर्दानी. So she was so courageous, and it's unimaginable, what she did for the country. Then we have Ahilyabai Holkar. She was also like Rani Lakshmi, very courageous. I don't know how many of you know that she actually renovated so many of our temples, during the Mughals and all. So many temples are broken down, massacred. So she rebuilt. So even our temple in Kolhapur, you can see, Ahilyabai Holkar, and all over India, the middle of India, and you go around. She is responsible for, she was a great philanthropist. Then so many other women we see. Courageous, they demonstrated courage and leadership in the face of adversity. So some recent names, why should we only talk about past, Vedic, medieval? We have so many women presently also. Can you name some of them? You can shout out from wherever you are. I want some names from you, yeah? Yeah, Kiran Bedi, then? Yes, Draupadi Murmu. Then? Any more? Tell whatever comes to your mind. Indira Gandhi, we had a women prime minister for such a long time. I know that even the 47th president of US, which is one of the biggest democracy in the world, has ever yet had a woman president. But India had a woman prime minister. Kalpana Chawla, excellent. She actually lost her life, but astronaut, yeah. Sarojini Naidu, so many women who fought, actually so many names we don't know, freedom struggle, so many women fought means they were helping in so many ways, creating awareness and writing, and many of them went to jail. So we don't know so many names. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit, Nehru's sister. Then nowadays, very pleasantly, the Modi government now, so many women are, yeah, I want to tell that so many of our cabinet women are actually very, very good, and the Padma Shri is being awarded to so many women from small villages. Nobody has ever heard of them. When earlier, some years back, Padma Shri, you all see celebrities, but it is so heartening to see that nowadays Padma Shri has been given to people from small villages, these women, who are like, some of them seed savers. Like we have this person from Maharashtra. Kokil Kanti, Lata Mangeshkar, so many. So Rahibai Popekar, she is a seed saver. Nobody would have known, and she started saving seeds personally because she wanted to give good food for her children, and then slowly it became, and nobody would have known her, but then somehow people, and then it went, and then she was given the Padma Shri. Then we have Vandana Shiva, we have Tulsi Gowda. Tulsi Gowda is a tribal woman. Yeah. Shobham, yeah. She is doing excellent work for so many people. Sudha Murthy, yeah. So many women. Today also we see so many women. So all these women we talk about, while society must have placed some expectation from them, but these women, they navigated around those societal expectations. They resisted maybe some of the things, like I spoke about Phule, Savitribai Phule, and they redefine their roles, you know. So it's very difficult. Today, it's not so difficult, we don't think, but then remember those times when they had to do all this, how much to go against society and do it. But they have set a example for us by doing this. And their legacies actually are serving as very powerful reminders for women of today also, that women have always been leaders and they have always been thinkers and revolutionaries. So if they can do it in such tough times, then it should be easier for us, right? And in our Vedas also it's written, Yatra naryastu pujante ramante tatra devata. Wherever women are honored, then divinity flourishes, you know. This is Manu's Smriti. It was a law book, a Hindu law book, you would say. And it laid down the norms of the society then. But still it says that women have to be honored. Okay, wherever women are honored, divinity flourishes. So for ages now, women have been contributing. We spoke about women and their traditional roles, you know, cooking, cleaning, bearing children, taking care of the children, taking care of the elderly people in the family, and so many roles they've been doing. But actually, if you see, none of these activities are accounted in our GDP. Okay, you know what is the GDP? Yeah. So imagine if women had started demanding wages for what they do at home, overnight the GDP of the country will definitely double because they will also add to the country's GDP. But women have never asked for these wages because out of their love for their family, for their children, for the home, they have been doing this. Even today, I don't think any modern women also, they say that, you know, give me salary for cooking, or we never do that. When you start paying for the maids and all, you realize how each small activity would cost. I mean, if you add up, I think most of the salary will go in paying the servants only. So it's very if you have seen, you know, all these qualities which I just mentioned very beautifully. How many of you have heard of Shamchi Ai, a book which was written by Sane Guruji? It was actually like a autobiography because he used Sham as a character, but actually it was his story. And Sham's mother, so simple, so elegant, so loving, so supportive, but also very assertive. Okay, so always this, I don't know, I have a very connection with her whenever I think of what an ideal mother should be in the Vedic times. And then I told you things never remain the same. Time changes things. Social change is a given thing. So social changes are very slow to observe, but they do happen. And especially in the last 200 years, a lot of things have happened, you know. Industrialization, world wars, 2 world wars. So all this has resulted in changes in the society rapidly. No, usually social changes are slow, and in the last 10 to 20 years, they are just happening fast because of change in technology. Technology is changing things very faster now. So there's been displacement of people. Industrialization brought displacement of people from rural to the urban. It broke down the joint family system into nuclear families. Then during the World War, so many men were killed, you know, soldiers were killed from all over the world. And women were left with children, babies. I still remember one poem I read in school, you know. They brought her warrior home. So it was like this woman whose husband died in the war, and they brought his dead body, and she was so shocked that not a drop of tear came out of her eyes, you know, so shocked. And then somebody placed the baby in her arms, and she started crying because she realized that now I have to live for this baby. You know, things have to go on because I have to take care of this baby. If I don't take care of the baby, what will happen to the baby? So that's what World War did, killed so many men all over the world. And then what women could do? They had to somehow support those children, support the family. They had to step out of the house. They had to take up a job. Industrialization also, people shifted from rural to urban. Costs of living, women also started working in mills, other jobs. So things changed, structure of the family changed. And I was talking about transformation, okay? So sometimes old orders have to be destroyed and new orders have to come. So transformation is a part of life, and if we don't transform with changing times, we will perish. So that is what happened, and women's roles changed over the last few decades or a century, I should say. Even Prabhupada, when he went to the US in the 1960s, actually that was the heydays of the feministic movement in the US. But Prabhupada was so much ahead of his times, you know. He was an old man of 70. He recognized that these women, if I want to preach to them, I cannot be like that old-fashioned, outdated concepts, you know. He didn't dilute his philosophy, but he definitely changed some of the things, you know, because otherwise these women wouldn't have come to him and heard his. So he encouraged women in leadership even then. So many stories are there, you know. He encouraged women to take part in all the activities. He even gave second initiation to women, which is actually not done in our Vedic culture. So he gave that. And all these traditional norms that restricted women participating in spiritual life, he actually changed those. Once a woman devotee posed a question to Srila Prabhupada, you know. She asked Prabhupada that, you know, I'm a woman and you say go back to Godhead and all. How can I achieve that as a woman, you know? So Prabhupada said, you will not achieve. So she was very shocked because Prabhupada is always very encouraging. So Prabhupada said, if you think you are a woman, you are in bodily consciousness. So definitely you will not, because you are still thinking you are this body. You are not this body, you are the soul. So Prabhupada didn't distinguish between the men and women. He gave, we see so many of the senior women disciples of Prabhupada, you know. He encouraged them to do so many wonderful services. We know Yamuna Devi, she wrote a cookery book in those times, and in those times means cookery books were written obviously, and there was an international contest held every year where they used to choose the best. She won the best cookery award for her maiden book which she wrote. Okay, you should see that book. It is so beautiful. Every recipe she has not only given the recipe, but she has even written where she learnt it from, who she learned, because she used to travel with Prabhupada in India also. So many families she used to go with him. So every household, the cook who taught her and what is special about that recipe. It's a very beautiful, it's a very different kind of book. Then there was Mother Malti. She brought the small Jagannath from an Indian store. And that small thing, actually you never knew that, you know, that would open up Jagannath deities, temples in the US and Rath Yatras all over the world. And then Vishakha Devi, she was actually a little skeptical, Vishakha Mataji. She's written a book where she has written that she was very skeptical actually of Prabhupada, because she didn't come as a devotee initially. She came as a photographer, a journalist. She was a journalist. So she very closely observed Prabhupada, and eventually she realized that, you know, Prabhupada, I mean, she surrendered her life to Prabhupada, and she and her husband, they have such beautiful movie they have made on Prabhupada, and they have preserved all the old pictures from Prabhupada, you know. Otherwise, where we will get wonderful pictures? So then Ladini Devi, she dedicated her life, and even she died for the devotees in Liberia. So many senior Prabhupada's disciples, Yamuna Mataji's song, prayers we hear every day, Govindam. All ISKCON temples all over the world. So many contributions these women have done to Prabhupada's movements to ISKCON. Imagine in days if Prabhupada wouldn't have allowed them, I don't think ISKCON would have been what it is today. So many contributions, so many things which these women added. So now we have seen how transformation has taken place, and now we are in 2025, and we have to think about what is the present context for women's roles. We see that women are no longer confined to their traditional roles, what they did earlier. They did very nicely, but today women also were forced to step out of their home, and eventually, like the society also has seen the contributions women have done. And today we see women in all kinds of careers. The poster which you could see, I tried to put different professions in that, because women are seen in all kinds of profession now. You can see even women pilots. You can see obviously lawyers. Earlier there used to be teachers and nurturing roles. But today we see that women are in all kinds of profession, and they are managing their roles very beautifully. Because today's woman has to be multifaceted. She has to be multidimensional. She has to be multitasking. Only then she can do all these roles very seamlessly, transitioning between different roles. She's a mother at home and she has a corporate job. She's a CEO. So mother and CEO, so vast the differences. You can be a spiritual guide, but also you can be a scientist. So many roles rolled up together, And she has to balance between her different roles, her personal, her professional, her spiritual, her societal expectations also. And all these are not a burden for her. It shows her strength. And instead of being confined to that identity, traditional identity, she has embodied flexibility and adaptability. So, do you think I know it is her strength, but there must be so many challenges, right, in society even to do that. So I just wanted some of you to tell what are the challenges women face in society. Recognition. You mean they are recognized? She's saying my mother is doing so much, but nobody recognizes at home. So we have been talking, the woman has been silently working. Unfortunate, we didn't ask for to be included in the GDP, but many of these roles are unfortunately not recognized or undervalued. We have to work around those. Maybe different small things women can do, maybe to make their role felt. Maybe she can take a small holiday and go somewhere to see what happens to the household. Just joking. What other challenges do women face? Can't hear. Strength? Challenges I'm talking about. What are the challenges women face in society today? Today's scenario.
In case of strength, because म्हणजे मी आता लास्ट मराठीत बोललं तर चालेल?
हो चालेल चालेल.
हां अच्छा, तर ॲक्च्युली मी लास्ट टाईम एक ना इंटरव्ह्यू दिला होता, तर त्याच्यामध्ये माझ्यासोबत 2 मुलं होते आणि मी एकटीच होते. तर त्याचं थोडंसं असं होतं की बाबा तुम्हाला म्हणजे मी ॲक्च्युली ना फार्माची आहे, तर मला आहे ना जे काही फार्माचे ज्याला आपण प्लांट वगैरे म्हणू शकतो, तर आहे ना त्याच्यावर जायचं होतं. तर आम्ही 3 लोकं होतो. 3 लोकांमध्ये 2 होते मुलं आणि मी एकटीच मुलगी होते. तर मग लास्टला जेव्हा आमचं म्हणजे ना लास्ट राऊंड झाला तेव्हा त्यांनी ना म्हणजे असं सांगून दिलं की बाबा तू एक ही आहे ना वुमन आहे, तर मग तुला ते होणार नाही किंवा तुझ्याकडून ते जमणार नाही, त्याच्यामुळे तुला आम्ही रिजेक्ट करून ते जे मुलं आहेत त्यांना घेत आहोत, कारण मी एक मुलगी आहे आणि ते 2 मुलं आहेत.
Gender discrimination, she's talking about gender discrimination. This has been there, I think, even when I was doing my BSc Tech. So my seniors, I mean, this was like almost 30 years back, 28 years back. Technology, like working, I was doing polymer technology, so polymer industry, same plant, working in a plant. So my seniors, they're all boys. And they used to make fun of us, you know, because in my batch there were 3 girls, especially in polymer. Because usually girls used to, even in BSc Tech, we have many verticals. So girls usually used to opt for pharmaceuticals and food technology. So in polymers, first time they had seen so many girls. So they used to say, "Tum log ko job kaun dega?" And incidentally, we girls got campus interview, we got posted first before the boys also. So it's nothing to do with, it's how good you are in your subject and all. So people will do this, but then it's only your work which will decide, you know. So gender discrimination.
जैसे लाइक पहले के ज़माने में होता था कि वो घर का ही काम करेंगे वुमेन, बट अभी ऐसा होता है कि तुम काम भी संभालो, घर का काम भी संभालो, एंड देन यू हैव टू हैंडल एवरीथिंग, लाइक घर का खाना बना के सुबह 6 बजे उठ के घर का खाना पूरा सबके लिए बना के यू हैव टू गो टू वर्क करो पूरा, वापस आके सबके लिए फिर से खाना बनाओ. तो ये सब हैंडल करना, इट्स लाइक डबल रोल.
Yeah, I can understand that, but this will take, you know, you have to change the attitude of the people in your house first. So start with people in your house and teach your sons, your brothers, whoever, that, you know, as time goes, you will have to juggle both the jobs, because they were expecting the woman also to do housework also, outside also. She's also a human being. So this will take time, but sensitize men in the house, the other people in the house. So it needs to be worked. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so she's saying that women have, because they have kept silent, they have been, you know, subjected to a lot of abuse and atrocities, and yeah. So we all know that, you know, these things, these challenges women are facing, have been facing for some time, and it will be there for some, I mean, till things change or will ye. So I mean, we need, you know, some qualities, and we need some tools if we really want to change this, and that is what I'm wanted to talk about in my next part. That if you want to pursue your dreams, if you want to do so many things, you know, so what do you do? How do you go about it? So many of the challenges which you spoke about. Let's see how we can solve some of this. So if you have a dream, they say, no, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You have heard of this very common saying. So if you, as women, you want to do something, achieve in life, in your material life, in your spiritual life, then you have to be smart. I want to say smart, smarter, use smart goals. All of you heard about it? Smart goals? Are all of you aware of SMART goals? It's a tool. No? I'll quickly go through it. Actually, I thought I'll get answers, but so I didn't want to spend so much time. So, first of all, you need to know what do you want out of your life, you know. What is it that you want to do? That why I want to do it. Your why should be very, very clear in life. why I want to become so and so, why I want to become a doctor, why I want to become a pilot, why I want to become an engineer, or why I want to become a stay-at-home mom also. It's up to you. There's some women, they are happy being at home, taking care. Like this one Mataji who keeps saying, I just wanted to be at home and make babies. But she had to work because her family demanded, because financially she was. So it's up to you. But you have to be clear why you want it. Unless your why is not clear, you will keep going in circles. And only when your goal, your mission of your life or vision is clear, then you can have various different missions, for your life. You can have a broad vision and various missions for your life. But these missions have to be broken down into goals, because if you don't break them up into goals, you will never be able to achieve them. So, SMART goals. So, S stands for specific. Your goal has to be very specific. You can't say that I want to be a successful woman someday. That's very, very broad. What do you mean by successful? What exactly you want to do? So goals have to be very specific. I won't go too much into details. Then it has to be measurable. M is measurable. It has to be measured. Like we measure, even if I say I want to lose weight. Okay. I want to lose weight, but how much weight? It has to be measured. I want to lose, say, 8 kgs. So, it has to be measurable. So, all your goals should be measurable. Everything can be measured in some way, So, measurable. Achievable. SMA, achievable. It should be achievable. It is not like something which is out of your limits or your bounds, or it is something which is not achievable. Like if you say today somebody told you that UPSC का एग्ज़ाम देना है, IAS बनना है, तो बहुत अच्छा होता है, best profession, and UPSC exams are just 4 months down the line. Do you think you'll be able to? Because people are studying for 2 years, 3 years for give that exam, they fail, and again, the percentage of that passing that exam is like 4%, 5%, like CA का exam. So achievable. So, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's difficult if in such a short time. Achievable. It should be relevant. It should be relevant to what you are. Like you are something else and you want to become something which you don't have the qualities for that. So, either you have to get those qualities and then become relevant, or it should be something which resonates with you. Okay? So, it should be relevant. And T is, it should be time bound. Like I said, I want to lose weight, 8 kilo weight. In how many years? I want to lose 8 kilo in 1 year, whatever, 6 months. It should be time bound. Otherwise, it has no meaning. So, SMART goals. And then smarter goals if you want, then you need to evaluate also. Have I achieved it? Time to time evaluation. Not that 1 साल के बाद मैं weighing scale पे खड़ी रहूँगी और देखूँगी कि मेरा weight कितना है. No, every week or every 15 days you have to see, am I in the right direction? Am I in the right direction? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not able to achieve this? What should I change? So evaluate. And then smarter, R is for review. If you're not, then review it. Change the plan. Sometimes you need to change the plan because you're not able to get it. Or sometimes there are so many obstacles which come in, so many challenges which come in. COVID आया, क्या किया, अभी क्या करेंगे? So sometimes you have to reinvent something, So smarter goals. So start with a vision for your life, a mission for your life, and then break it up into smarter goals and work on them. So this was a tool, and now we'll also talk of some qualities which all of you said, challenges. So how do we, what qualities we should have? So start with, we have to be very, if you need to grow, so you have to be self-disciplined. Self-discipline, even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, yuktahara viharasya, you have to be very regulated. Even the drama today, she was asking her, that how do you manage so many things in your same time, everybody has the 24 hours only, how do you manage it? So you need to, if you're self-disciplined, then you will prioritize, you will see what is important, you will manage your day, you will manage your time, and You will not procrastinate. Everything regulated, food habits, so many habits. You'll have to, like she said, you'll have to reduce your screen time and all. So self-discipline is very, very important. Then confidence. So many people, they say we lack confidence. So many girls, they say, we don't have confidence. I don't know, मैं कैसे कर लूँगी. I want to do it, but I don't have the confidence. So one more tool, all of you must be using this. You must have heard of SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? SWOT, opportunities and threats. But some people get, look at what your strengths are, What is it that you are inherently good at? What is it in you which are your resources? Each of us is different. We all have something in us, some talent, some things we don't even know we have this talent. Like I joke with my mother sometimes. She makes wonderful pickles, papads and all kinds of goodies, Ask my daughter, she's sitting here. She never recognized that that is her talent, I sometimes say that you could have become a great entrepreneur if you could have this thing monetized on it. She never realized that is her talent, She just do it for the family, for friends and all. So sometimes we don't know what we are good at. Go deep, bring it out. Okay, there's some girls who are so, like I work in Govardhan Skill Center. I had a team of local girls whom we have trained them to be teachers. So one girl, she never learned music in her life, In Palghar district, in near Govardhan, the villages, the schools, they don't have any of these subjects also in school. They don't teach you music, they don't teach you drawing. Hardly wo maths, languages bhi unka hota nahi hai, to ye sab kahan sikhayenge. So this girl, she sings so beautifully and she is never learnt music and taal pe aur ekdam sur mein gaati hai, So she was the Anganwadi teacher. So I told her, why should we keep her as the Anganwadi teacher? Because she's so good in music. So I made her the music teacher. I said, you go and teach music to the schools because we don't have music. So like that, so many people have so many talents, but sometimes they don't recognize that I can monetize on these talents. So work on your strengths. You don't have to work on your strengths. You recognize what your strengths are. You work on your weaknesses, Even when you do your SWOT analysis, you know what your weaknesses, what is it you are not good in, which you need for a particular job or particular subject. And if you are weak, then you have to work on it. Strengths and weaknesses are internal, which is within you, and opportunities and threats are external. Okay? Some people confuse, they don't know, they feel that ye mera strength hai or opportunity, but no, opportunity and threats are external and strength and weakness are your own internal. So find out what are the opportunities and you find opportunities to grow. COVID time, so many people caught on the opportunities, cloud kitchen, because restaurants were closed. So that's an opportunity. People thought, I'm a good cook, I can cook at home, I can supply from my home. So many new things happened in COVID. So many bad things happened, but so many new things happened. Work from home, that culture has now, is here to be there, stay. Because so many companies closed down their offices. Why to pay such high rents, when people can do, maybe you need to manage them a little. You have to put some strict these things in between to check them. But then work can happen from home also. So opportunities are always there if you keep your eyes open. Like I tell my children one story which I had read in my childhood, that one man, he picks up a rat, he picks up a dead rat, and one merchant who is going by, he is saying that anybody can make money from, if they have the business sense, they can make money from anything. So this guy was holding this dead rat and he said, how can I make a dead rat, money from a dead rat? So then, it's a long story, I don't want to go into that story, but it's how this merchant's cat wanted food. It pounced on this rat and that merchant gave him some coins, and that guy went and he went to the temple and thoda flowers liya, and he started selling those flowers, and then he saw opportunities everywhere. Once that thing he took in his mind, that you can make money from anything, he just took it and everywhere he was seeing, he was just seeing opportunities. Like one of my devotee friends, she is a Gujarati and her father is a businessman. She says, my father can see money in everything, एक कचरा का भी, like we were walking somewhere and there was a big कचरा का ये था, तो शी सेइंग ये कचरे में भी उनको पैसा दिखेगा कि कैसे पैसे बनाना है. So opportunity, it's keep your eyes, ears open, and if you're really tuned to that, you will see opportunities. Not only for making money, but other things also. So opportunities and threats. You should know what your threats are, because if you don't know what your threats are, you will be like gone, So you should be ready for your threats. You should see that, you should be wary, and you have to recognize and know where it can come from, because you have to be mentally ready for all these things. So SWOT analysis. So confidence, I said, is sometimes you have to keep analyzing yourself. This tool can help you. And confidence can also be sometimes a factor of financial independence. Sometimes some women don't feel confident because they're completely dependent on financially on somebody else. We have seen lots of stories of women who tolerated silently. She was just sharing that for so many years women are silently tolerating, and they are abused and all, because they didn't have anything to fall back on. They didn't have that independence, financial or whatever, emotional or whatever, to stand up for themselves. Because क्या करेंगे? Domestic violence है या whatever it is there. If she steps off the house, there are so many other wolves waiting, Parents sometimes, अपना Indian culture, women say that woman's house is in her husband's, ये तो कहाँ जाएगी? So sometimes, to answer your question, sometimes it's necessary for women also to be financial. Sometimes nahi, it is always better to be, though as devotees we know, that the source of your income is not the source of your maintenance. In one of the Madhya Leela Chaitanya Chaitamrit, there's a conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami. So it's talking about Mrigari and Valmiki. Mrigari and Narad Muni. Narad Muni tells him that you break your arrow. He says, what will I eat if I break my arrow, So in that context, Prabhupada has written in the Popat, that the source of your income is not the source of your maintenance. Because we think that हम लोग कमाएंगे तो हम लोग exist करेंगे, but actually source of maintenance is Krishna. That trust we should have, that faith we should have, because Krishna is maintaining everybody. He is maintaining the birds, bees, the animals, the microorganisms, so many. So the source of your income is not the source of your maintenance. So though we want to be financially independent, we have to know that, Krishna is maintaining. Sometimes we have to take tough decisions in life. So if things are very difficult and there's atrocities and all, then that faith will help you, because you know that Krishna is there, he is the maintainer. Kuch to karenge. So many Josh talks you hear, so many women have had to undergo so many atrocities. They had to start life fresh, They didn't have education sometimes, they didn't have, but then so many women, even the women who work in our house, so many, I would say 90% of the people who work in the house are women. Why they are coming? Because their husbands are drunkards, they spend money in jua and everything, they don't take care of the family. So what do those women do? They have to step out, they have to work, they have to take care of the children. So confidence. Then the next is compassion. We spoke about self-discipline, we spoke of confidence. My time is running out. Compassion, I spoke about Draupadi's compassion. So women are usually soft-hearted, and compassion is a quality which women should have, because you have to take care of so many people. If you are hard-hearted, so you have to take care of the elderly in your family, the children. So you reach out to the needy in the society and people around you, wherever you go, whatever you can do. Women have to be resilient. Like I said, so many stories of women who had to, start afresh. You never know what life throws at you, like to tell personally, I was, I think, married 5 months of my marriage, and my spouse, my husband, he went through a very bad accident, very fatal accident. And like when I left my job after that, I was in a corporate job. So a year later or something, when my sister, who is a hardcore career woman, she's telling me, who will take care of you? What will happen if that accident may yet something would have happened to him, So you never know, life may anything can happen at any time. Ups and downs, setbacks, but resilience is something, which will take care of you. You'll have to, so the attitude that this too will pass, this bad phases in life are there, good phases are there. So this Bhagavad Gita, Tamsatikshvasa Bharata, you have to sometimes tolerate and sometimes you have to be resilient, and how you, the challenges in life, what life throws you, how you respond will decide the trajectory of your life. So women have to be resilient. Spiritual, today's drama we saw that how being spiritual helped this girl, in her career also. Time management and so many things. So we are very fortunate, we have association. I would say you people are so fortunate. You come here, you meet so many women with from different careers who can guide you, who can help you. Because in our times, we hardly had anybody who could guide us, I sometimes feel if somebody had guided me at that point of time, I would have been in a very different space also. So association is important, scriptures, because scriptures help you, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. The combination of all this helps you to take the right decision in life. Sometimes we are confused, ye karu ya ye karu, what should I do? So it always helps. Another quality is to be grateful. Sometimes when we are feeling down, we feel, oh, this thing has not happened in my life. So it's very helpful to remember what you have rather than thinking of what you don't have, We have been blessed with so many things. Krishna has given us so many things. Sometimes we should count our blessings, because a grateful heart is actually a very happy heart. So gratitude, then humility and self-respect. We should be humble, but humbleness sometimes, humility, we don't know where to draw the line. And like you said, atrocities and all, they didn't stand up for themselves silently, they had to undergo all this. So self-respect is very important for women, because there'll be times in life where you will be having toxic people in your life who will devalue you. Like you were saying, nobody values what my mother is doing at home. Sometimes you'll be devalued, your contributions will be minimized, nobody will think that you have contributed, your potentials will be suppressed. You're good at something, but people will try to suppress those potentials. Hey, kya karegi, and they'll strip you of your self-respect. But it is self-respect is something which, if you lose your self-respect, I mean, खुद के नज़रों से अगर आप गिर जाएंगे, तो आप दूसरों को क्या देंगे? Okay, so that fine line of humility and self-respect, we should be very, that this is crossed. My self-respect is very important to me as women, and don't let the societal expectations define your self-respect. It's your personal value. Something might be self-respect to not be self-respect for somebody else, but you feel that it is, Like I had a friend who was working, who was earning, she was supporting, her husband, she had to go through a lot of domestic violence at home. She tolerated for a long time. She did everything that her husband wanted to do. But it was affecting her children also, the domestic violence. So then she had to take a step at some point of life, you know. She did everything. After she tried everything, then she had to take the help of an NGO, and then she had to go and lodge a police complaint. And domestic violence is really taken very seriously by the police, you know. Other chori, luchakka, shayad, they will not take it seriously. But once a woman lodges a police complaint against domestic violence, they're jailed. So then she had to go through that. And in fact, I didn't even know she had gone through all these things, you know. After a year I met her, I saw her face, I said, oh, you look so different. You're looking so fresh and nice, you know. So then she told me this story that, you know, this is what, I knew that she is in that abuse kind of thing, but I didn't know that this is the step she took. So sometimes we have to take drastic steps for drastic measures. I'm not saying that it should be done at the drop of a hat for ek baar mera self-respect hi ho gaya to. Like, there are many ways you could do it. You must have seen the movie Thappad. All of you see. You should watch movies, women-centric and all. So many perspectives of that one thappad. You know, there were some people who were saying, ek thappad hai na. Husband was saying, kya? Mujhe thoda sa, I was agitated, so maine ek thappad maar diya. So when somebody is, even the lawyer whom she went, she's saying ke ek hi thappad tha na. So then you have to draw your line, you know. You have to set your boundaries. Okay, what it is. Your boundary might be different than mine, but set your boundaries. Then emotional intelligence is one of the very important things today. Earlier people used to talk about intelligent quotients, but today people are talking so much about emotional intelligence, about social intelligence. It's very important because emotional intelligence is knowing when to be firm, again, when to be firm, when to be flexible. It's also a sign of maturity, you know. How much can I be firm? How much can I be flexible? It is not being aggressive, it is not being passive, but emotional intelligence is all about being assertive. You should know when to be, how to be assertive for your question. You know, you can't take me for a ride. I'm a woman, just because I am depending on you financially. You have to learn to be assertive. You know, there's some qualities which you have to learn also along the way. And being assertive, you should know what it involves. It involves clearly communicating your needs while respecting the needs of others. Listen actively to others' perspectives, avoiding harmful confrontations or dominance. Okay? So all this, so become emotionally intelligent, I would say. Today's woman, even when she works in an office, she has to be very emotionally intelligent to handle so many people from the opposite sex and all. So now, coming to the conclusion, I'm over time. I wanted to just conclude by saying that feministic, okay, there is a difference. Feminism, taking pride in being a woman, is not about competing with men, because we don't want to compete with men because they're physically, emotionally, many ways made differently. We have been given by very special qualities by Krishna. I told you initially only, men cannot bear a child, give birth to a child. It's a function which only women have. So we have been biologically made very differently, emotionally made very differently. So there's no question of competing. It is recognizing our unique strengths, and it is about creating a world where women can thrive as our authentic selves. You know, be yourself. Don't try to be even like another woman, because she has some different qualities. You have some very different qualities. Do your analysis, do your SWOT. It is being comfortable in your own skin. It is taking pride in being a woman. Nothing less, you know, just because you're a woman, just because you are a woman, like you said, that discrimination, gender discrimination. And recognizing your strengths and vulnerabilities with vulnerable. We can be vulnerable, and there's nothing wrong in sometimes showing your vulnerability, you know. without fear and judgment. Okay. Celebrating womanhood means recognizing the beauty in being a nurturer, beauty in being a creator, a leader, a thinker, and whatever path one chooses to be, be proud of that. And true empowerment comes when women uplift each other. We see so many times women only, don't help each other, and they try to bring them down. So as women, that collective consciousness which I spoke of initially, uplift each other and redefine success on your own terms. And so we see today that women have to navigate so many roles, traditional roles and modern roles. But when you're doing this, remember, don't let anybody hijack your dreams. Don't let anybody sabotage your dreams. You keep your dreams in the center, keep Krishna in the center of your life, and work around so many things you might have to work around. I would say as a woman, you have to walk around, not work around, walk around so many things. And women in the past have also shaped the course of history. And we have to remember that we are also part of that legacy sometimes. So this responsibility is there on our shoulders. So we should not just rest on the past laurels. We should create new powerful legacies which will be taken forward. So again, coming back to the title, whenever you feel down, whenever you feel abused, so many people spoke about so many challenges. Remember this anthem, I am every woman, it's all in me. And the collective is, we are every woman, it's all in us. All the collective wisdom, strength, victories, all that is in us. And help each other, reach out to each other, and come out of your downs in life. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Yeah. You can pass the mic.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranam. Mataji, I have one elder sister also, and she came into Krishna consciousness 3 years ago. So she is the first one who came in Krishna consciousness, and after her, I followed her. So my mother is not so much in Krishna consciousness, but she is a very hard worker. So what my sister does, she doesn't respect what my mother does. She's always like, I know better than you, I know more philosophy than you, I am someone bigger than you in a spiritual platform. So you have to listen to me, you have to follow my orders, and as I say, you have to do that. So I understand that my mother is not that much educated, or she comes from a village background, she is this, but the modern girls doesn't respect the people who are from old school. They think they are better, and my mother does every single effort to get her recognition, her love, her support, but she always refuses from her
Your
duties.
mother does. Your mother is taking effort, you are saying.
Yes, she always tries to be the best person for my sister, for her daughter basically, but she never receives the reciprocation or the resonating love from my sister's end. She is always on the side of कि आपने ये नहीं किया, वो नहीं किया, आपको और करना चाहिए था, like that, ऐसा वाला रहता है. So
actually, the only way you can preach to your family is not through philosophy, it's through your action. So if she is trying to show your mother that you don't know this, you don't know that, and your mother she will feel that you are learning all this from the temple, So it is setting a very this thing for your mother also. So दूसरों को हम लोग philosophy से Krishna consciousness preach कर सकते हैं. उनको भी they will finally see you. They will see you as an example how you are behaving. So Krishna consciousness preaching, philosophy is there, but more through your example, how you can, So I don't know if you are connected to your sister, you have to tell her to sober down and, be a good devotee, rather than preaching her to be this and that. If she is humble, she tries to follow humility and doing the right things at home, then that will also show your mother that actually that learning nice things, in the temple. Yeah, because becoming a devotee should make you a better person, right? But if they are seeing that by going to the temple you are in fact doing, reacting in a very negative way with them, then obviously they'll ask questions that मंदिर में जाके यही सब सीख के आते हो क्या तुम? So you imagine how much responsibility we have as devotees, in our house only. Forget about society. So it starts from home. So just because we have come to the temple and we have heard some philosophy doesn't mean that we can go and demean other people, because they have culture, not that they don't have culture. They might not know the philosophy, but they might not have heard some big philosophy from Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or something like that. But they are also cultured, they are also coming from, so that has to be respected, in fact. So, in fact, after coming to the temple, we should be more humble, we should be more understanding all the qualities of a devotee. Only then will they be attracted to say, oh, you're willing. So like many years back, always this thing is there, between children becoming devotees, and especially medical children and all medical the people were, because they were now in log bhakt ban gaye to in log pata nahi sab chhod denge and all. So always that tug of war has always been there, So there was this girl who wanted to go for a yatra, and she desperately wanted to, this was like 30 years back. So our Guru Maharaj asked her, because he knew. So he asked, have you taken permission from your parents? So she said, no, they don't know. She said, no, go home and you take permission, So she left, that train, and then she went back home, and the parents were against when they heard that, Maharaj has sent her home to take permission. So he said, this respect, what he is teaching her, then this Maharaj is right, he is the right person. So this is how, if you go and do the wrong things at home, then they'll say, who is teaching you this? And why will they send you to the temple? Because they are feeling you are learning this from the temple. Just because you want to do something and all, you behave in a difficult way for them, it's not. So you have to understand them also, where they are coming from, what are their feelings, and like you're saying, your mother is trying to please your sister. It should be the other way around. Your sister should try to please your mother. So we should start. I mean, that responsibility of devotee is not very easy in society and all. We have to show through our example. So that's what I said. If you're connected with your sister, both of you are bonded, then maybe both of you should discuss, sit and talk, and how we can resolve this. Hearing you, I feel your mother is somebody who is just waiting for that right connect, So yeah, both of you can somehow do this. It's not so difficult if you take the right attitude at home. Does that, I don't know, answer your question? Yeah, any other question? Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ma'am, I needed one answer that in everybody's life, there's a one point that everything feels stuck, like from corporate life, the stuck feeling, and from personal life also. Then there's a family life also. So what that should be a one thought in your mind that should be keep going and should not feel as a stoppage in your life?
Yeah, you have to keep going. You cannot just see, there are times in life, ups and downs, part of life, I told you, but if you need help, you take the help of the right people, whichever place you feel you are stuck, if it is in your college or professors or wherever you feel stuck, take help from people, and obviously you have to keep going. There's no question, when you're driving on a slope, if your foot is not on the accelerator, the car will go back only, no? You have to keep accelerating. आगे तो जाना ही है, पीछे नहीं तो पीछे जाएंगे ना. If we don't keep, I mean, stagnation is one thing, but you have to keep going ahead. So don't feel stuck. If you need any kind of help, reach out to people. Sometimes they don't reach out to people. Sometimes they feel, क्या बोलेंगे, मैंने ये पूछा तो what will people say or what will happen and all. So don't think so much. What will happen at the most? You will not get any help, but at least by reaching out, asking for help, you might get some help somewhere, right? And be positive. And I also said, no, associate with devotees, pray to Krishna. Definitely you will get an answer somewhere. Be positive, basically. Any other questions? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So my question is with the regards to the previous, like the talk that we had today. Since I'm a single daughter, I don't have any siblings, I just want some suggestions that how can I be a good wife while also being a daughter at the same time, post-marriage.
Okay. You are married now? But how is it connected? You are a single daughter, you're saying, and how can I be a good... I didn't understand. If I understand, then
I was asking, since I'm a single child, I don't have any siblings, so naturally I am the future like provider for my parents as well.
Okay. In that way, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know, recently I came to some girl who is also similar like that only. And before she got married, she spoke to the person, that this is my responsibility and my parents I have to take care of. So, premarital conversations help because the person needs to know exactly what are your expectations, both ways. You also need to know, and that person also, I don't know whether you are already engaged, but if not, then you have to make it very clear that I am the only girl and I want to take care of my parents. And the other person also should know, that these are your expectations. Nothing wrong, very nice, very noble thought that you are thinking about your parents for the future. But it should be very clear, because क्या होता है ना, if you don't discuss all this premarital, then later some things will come up and they say, no, ये मुझे नहीं मालूम था that you are going to do this and all. So let things be clear. So only a person who is ready to do that will, and then you go through that, because you have to be very clear what are your expectations and make it clear. Communication helps. Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Yeah. Which will help you in spiritual. Yeah, she's saying she is a new, better person, okay. If you want to know philosophy, then you regularly come for lectures. There's small books of Prabhupada. I don't know how long you have been coming to the temple. Okay. So when I started my spiritual journey, I started by reading small books, Prabhupada. And then gradually, within 6 months, if you're coming regularly, all the philosophy of lectures and all, the basic philosophy, you will understand Krishna consciousness. So attend lectures, listen to lectures, and read small books, Prabhupada's books. So philosophy-wise, you'll be clear. Associate, come for programs. So many Matajis are there, even Chetana mein, there are so many senior Matajis. Take guidance from them. They will tell you. Then eventually you can start, there are groups, local programs hote hain, mentors hote hain. So if you're very serious about progressing spiritually, then you will have to join one of these mentor programs, counselors later. So gradual, you will obviously learn everything and progress. So we have a lot of things happening in the temple itself. You come for this, make friends here. They will teach you so many things. peer learning, that is very important also. Yeah. Can somebody pass the mic to her? She's too far away, I won't be able to hear her.
Hello, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
As you told before about the SMART goals, I have personally tried them. But the thing happened with me is I tried the same thing. Like first time I tried it, but I failed. Again I tried it, again I failed. The third time I tried it, I was successful just 10% of my goals. But after which I was so demotivated that I really felt कि ये कुछ नहीं होता. And I have saw this with my peers also. So can you please guide me, like when you try a lot but still you face failure, then how to just not overcome that failure but how to face it, because you are putting so much of efforts in those things and all those things and still you are failing. So you somewhere you lose your faith in that technique especially. So can you?
You mean you failed in making that SMART goal or following that SMART goal?
I made the SMART goals. I also followed it, but I don't know how. So it was related to my studies only, but it somehow failed. All these 2 times, and at the third time, I just got 10% success of it. But still, 90% it was a failure.
So you spoke about SMART. I said smarter. So E and R are there, which is evaluate and revise. Okay, if you failed, you need to evaluate why you failed. Okay, which part of it made you fail? Okay, were you not measuring it? Was it not time bound? Was it not relevant to you? Was it not specific? So go back and evaluate your SMART goals first. And what is it that you are not able to do in that? Sometimes you're not able to measure properly. Sometimes, you don't follow the thing, So first you evaluate why it, because I don't know what exactly you were using your SMART goal for, but you smarter now, because SMART से smarter में जाओ, evaluate करो और उसको revise करो. Revise the whole thing, okay? Sometimes we need to, sometimes नहीं, most of the time we need to revise things, otherwise, with the rut of life and all, sometimes we forget to do things and all. So it's not possible that you will fail if you follow it properly. So evaluate it, revise it. You will definitely, sometimes you need to take help. And today there are so many apps, which you can use for measuring something or reminding you something. If you are not remembering to do something, put a timer or use an app which helps you to do some of those things. Time bound. How will you keep refreshing it? What resources, in this, actually, you can break this SMART into more things if you want to go deeper into it. You have to make a list of what are the resources you can use, which are the various resources from all over. For time, what will you do? How will you measure the things? So for measuring, you might use some app or something. So you have to really get into the nitty-gritty details of your SMART goals if you want to be successful. I didn't cover it in depth, but because you asked this question, you can go deeper into that. It's not possible that you will not be successful if you are made a good SMART goal and you are relentlessly following it. Okay? Yeah. Any more questions or we have done? Okay. I think we'll end up here and we'll have kirtan now. Standing kirtan. Hare Krishna, and thank you for an excellent audience. So many nice questions. So I'm very grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So it was a wonderful lecture by Mataji today on the auspicious occasion of Ekadashi. So we will really thank Mataji by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. I will also like to thank our esteemed guest. We have Dr. Leena Perumal. She is a scientist in Somalia's Godavari factory. If Mataji is here, I will request her to kindly stand up. So thank you very much, Mataji, for being with us today. We also have We also have Mrs. Ashwini Sawant. She is assistant teacher in Kirti College. So if kindly, thank you very much for coming. So we will request everyone to stand up for the dancing kirtan, and then everyone can move down.